call you, I need you, my heart's on fire. You come to me wild and wild. You come to me, give me everything I need. You're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I ever met. I'm stuck on your heart, I hang on every word you say. Tears apart, baby, I would rather be dead. In your heart, see the start of every night and every day. In your eyes, I get lost, I get washed away. Just as long as I'm here in your arms, I could be in no better place. You're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I ever met. Ooh, I'm stuck on your heart, I hang on every word you say. Oh, tears apart, no, no, baby, I would rather be dead. Each time you leave me, I start losing control. You're walking away with my heart and my soul. I can feel you even when I'm alone. Oh, baby, don't let go.
Hey, we got the best company in the world. We are the ones. We got the product. We got the leadership. We are the most unbelievable people. We're simply the best.
Hello, Herbalife. Good evening to our dearest present team, tag team leaders, and to all our world team members. Welcome to our Rodica business series. This is very first ever session we have in Malaysia for Malaysia and Singapore leaders and distributors, especially for all the world tier and above. So yeah, just some background of this replay session. We have Chairman's Club 40K Rodica Makarai live in Indonesia, presenting her 2 days training for Indonesia distributors in July 2025. So we are very honored to have this session just exclusively for Malaysian and Singaporean members, distributors. So now, yeah. So now a little bit about her background. Actually, Chairman's Club Rodica Makarai has over 30 years of experience in the business. So, but wait, she's a master degree holder in psychology. And actually, what happened to her that Actually, at the time, she's in the midst to pursue her PhD degree in psychology. So later on, she will introduce herself. Okay. So before this, maybe you would like to choose your language, preferred language as Mandarin or Malay. You can just pick your preferred language, just clicking on the globe icon interpretation to choose the language you prefer. Okay. So yeah, 30 years in the business. So actually, she was touched by so many, but not many actually. Started with 20 people in her family and relations. So by the results that transformed them to a very healthy and happier life. So later she will introduce herself for her background. So I won't go in details. So now, of course, today is the first day of her training, 8 to 11. Actually, we will have some break because 8 to 11 is 3 hour session. You need to have some break. Don't worry. No worries. We are going to have a 2 to 3 minutes toilet break. Okay. So focus on this training. So the topic one for today is from vision to legacy, building a purpose-driven business with Herbalife. So this will take up about 1 hour, 20 minutes. So follow up with the short break. And then topic two is the transform to lead. Okay, building your brain, your mindset, and business flow. So as you know, she's very famous for business flow since past few years honors. Okay, so without further ado, so let's welcome back to the live session. This is live session for you, Malaysia and Singapore, to Indonesia. Let's see the video. Okay.
Biasa.
Kita sambut
Chairman.
We welcome Chairman's Club member Rodica Makadrai.
Am mers pe sârmă de 1000 de ori și nici măcar nu am avut vreun antrenor, nici vreun ajutor.
Selamat pagi, Surabaya.
1000 de ori, dar e un hagi în mine care știe să dea gol, să mă facă învingător. Viața trece în viteză, îi pun două puncte și o paranteză și oricât mi-ar fi de greu, când picior de plai mă găsești mereu. Îmi cere inima să o mai spun o dată, asta e țara mea, jur că-i minunată. Cei care simt la fel să înceapă nebunia, din toată inima pentru România. Îmi cere inima să o mai spun o dată, asta e țara mea, jur că-i minunată. Cei care simt la fel să înceapă nebunia, din toată inima pentru România. Din toată inima pentru România. Aici rămân chiar dacă nu-i ușor, căci Vlaicu mi-a dat aripi ca să pot să zbor deasupra tuturor. Francezii poate că ar trebui să învețe că nu se pronunță brân cu si. Regret, dar c'est la vie. Viața trece în viteză, îi pun două puncte și o paranteză și oricât mi-ar fi de greu, când picior de plai mă găsești mereu. Îmi cere inima să o mai spun o dată, asta e țara mea, jur că-i minunată. Cei care simt la fel să înceapă nebunia, din toată inima pentru România. Îmi cere inima să o mai spun o dată, asta e țara mea, jur că-i minunată. Cei care simt la fel să înceapă nebunia, din toată inima pentru România. Pentru România.
sekali berjumpa
I am
dengan
very happy to meet you all.
Now you can say I speak perfect Indonesian. Hello guys, how is everybody? How was yesterday training? I wait for translation to kick in. How was yesterday training? Good, perfect. Very nice to see you, and I'm really privileged to be invited to speak in your country. Let me put my phone on mute. Although it's deep night in my country, nobody will call. Okay, so really nice to be invited to your country to learn about your beautiful culture. I really took my time visiting Indonesia. I was for 3 weeks in Bali before coming here. Yes, it was my first time in Bali. Yes, I've never been before, yeah. And it was a wonderful experience to learn more about your culture, about your traditions, to see your beautiful nature. I think I eat 20 kilos of dragon fruit, 20 kilos of papaya, 20 kilos of mango. I just can't have enough. You know, it's very funny that strawberries in Indonesia are very expensive and they're very cheap in Romania, and the other way around. You know, papaya is very cheap here and very expensive in Romania. So I had a beautiful experience here, and I'm really happy that I can have the opportunity to share our story with you guys, because this is one of the beautiful traditions in Herbalife. It's coming from Mark Hughes, the founder of the company, and he always said, make sure when you become president team that you travel the world and share your story. Not because you are an incredible human being, but because other people need to hear what's possible in Herbalife. So today what I want to share with you, it's not about me. It's what can a regular person achieve in life when she meets or he meets this incredible opportunity. I want you to listen to my story, but have the eyes for what's possible for you. What's possible for you to learn, what's possible for you to develop, how is possible for you to grow. And of course today we are going to have training later on. First part is about sharing our story, our journey, our experience. And I just want for you to try it like you try a dress in a shop. Is it good for me? What can I take for myself from this story? What would inspire me in my journey? And literally take the inspiration. Because I know that this is happening all over the world. People grow up without dreaming. People grow up learning that the good life is not possible for them. And Herbalife is one of the places where the good life is possible for you. With a lot of work, a lot of dedication, a lot of grit, a lot of obsession maybe sometimes, really perseverance and many years, but the good life is possible for you. And when I'm talking about the good life, I'm not talking only about the money, because so many people have money and they don't have a good life. They're not happy, they're not fulfilled. It's not only about the money. And on the last day, we are going to talk about 8 kinds of wealth, 8 kinds of wealth, from which money is only one. There is another 7 kinds of wealth, which are actually 100% impacting our happiness. And what I love about Herbalife is that in Herbalife you have all these 8 kinds of wealth. And this is what I would want you to see. And going out of this training and being active in your business and fighting for your success, working for your success, is not a kind of, propaganda item. It's really understanding what opportunity you have, what chances you have, and taking it for yourself and for your family. Because what we build in this company is a legacy. Whatever I did for myself, Whatever Sergio, my husband, did for himself, us together as a family, we didn't do it only for ourselves. It's a legacy. We can pass it to our daughters, and we already passed it to our daughters. We passed it through the learnings. We passed it through the values. We passed it through the principles in life. We passed it through an incredible and the most expensive education that somebody can receive that we gave to them. We already are passing this legacy, but also we have created a business and we have created a legacy which should go down the generations. And you know, I can see that I have my grandchildren telling the stories about the grandmother Rodica, which started a dynasty many years ago, which generations to come can really enjoy. And this is what it's about, guys. It's not only about you. It's not about the next $200 or $500 that you will make. It's about the legacy you can build. And I really hope that you can see it through my story. Okay, so I'm Rodica Makadrai. I'm 56 years of age. I come from a tiny little country which was the part of ex-Soviet Union. Many of you don't even know that there was a country which was called Soviet Union, especially the young generation, because it was destroyed in 1988, it finished, you know. But that country is the country of Moldova, and Moldova used to be a part of a country of Romania, yes? After the World War II, the lands were divided, and Moldova was taken from Romania, and this is how we ended up in the Soviet Union. This is a tiny country, 2 million people. Now, you know, Indonesia, 200 million people, huh? Can you imagine 2 million? 2 million people is just 100 times smaller than Indonesia in population. And, but I grew in a very nice family. My parents believed very much in education, so they have supported me and my brother in our education, and they did any effort they could to provide us with the education. And I started this business in 1995, but our business was started by Sergio. We met in Herbalife. We are one of the Herbalife stories, and he started the company on the 1st of February 1994 when he was 23 years old. Do we have anybody who is 23 years old here? 23 years old. Okay, stand up. Stand up, guys, stand up. 23 years old. Gen Z, okay. It's never too early. Guys, it's never too early to start a serious project. Sergio was 23 when he was first time at a Herbalife training. And he said, I am going to take this very seriously. I am going to put at least 10 years in developing this business. Why? Because no serious project can be less than 10 years. You study in university 3 years, and when you do your master's degree, another 1 or 2 years. After 5 years, you have zero. You need to start the life. You know, you have just a diploma. So if you want to have a serious project, you need to commit yourself for really 10 years. So at age of 23, he committed from the first training. I'm going to take this very serious. I'm going to devote to this project at least 10 years of my life, and I'm not going to stop until I will make at least $1 million. So this was his commitment from the first training he participated. After the HOM, he had only one question. This is so interesting. At the end of the HOM, he asked only one question. How much money do I need to pay to get a distributor? And they told him, you don't have to pay anything. You can have as many distributors as you want. And the 23 years old boy said, then I will become rich. Because everybody needs nutrition, everybody needs to lose weight, and everybody needs extra money. So with this vision and this incredible attitude, he started the business, and he was a very, very eager person to learn. He didn't have any suit, you know, he was a young boy, he didn't have money. He was educated by a single mother. He didn't have money to go and have a university education like I was. So he didn't have a suit, and they told him that in order to do this business, you need to be nicely dressed. So he went to his best friend and he said, listen, you have your wedding suit, which you don't use, and I have a business and I need the suit. Please borrow me your wedding suit, and then I will become rich, I will buy you a new one. Now he's in his friend's suit here, and where you can see his friend is much taller than him, much taller. So you see the trousers are very long. When they told him to put a button, he was so shy to put a button. And then they told him in the training, if you are shy to put one button, put 3 buttons. And then after 1 week, you take one, you will feel much better. You take the second one, only one is going to feel very comfortable. So you see he has 2 buttons there. So everything they told him, he did. And that was really cool because from day one he understood that this is something very serious. And from day one he committed for a serious project. Now, this is another picture which I like very much because if you look on the group picture, the second guy to your left is his sponsor. His sponsor was only 17 years old, and he was giving flyers on the street. And Sergio had previous businesses and he failed in his previous businesses, and he was bankrupt, and he was really struggling to understand what can he do. He didn't want to become an employee because he always wanted to have his own business. But he was ready to sweep the floors, to sweep the streets, just to have an opportunity. And somebody gave him a flyer. And he traveled 1,005 kilometers to go to an HOM because it was in Moscow. He traveled from our country to Moscow to participate at an HOM. He was very committed to find a solution. And that boy, giving him that flyer, influenced events already for 30 years. Because I am today sharing the story because a 17 years old boy didn't stay in front of the computer, didn't lose his time with the friends, but went to the underground in Moscow and was distributing flyers. So for some of you today, when you cannot make yourself to talk to some people, think about what we do is influencing people's lives. Because if that day, that boy wouldn't have been on the street distributing flyer, Sergio wouldn't have found it. He wouldn't have started, we wouldn't have met, we wouldn't have created this story and traveled the world to share the story. So every time when I'm international speaker, I have this picture in my presentation because the guy left the business 2 months later. If only he would have stayed, he would have been a rich man just having Sergio in his organization. Unfortunately, he quit. But I always have this picture in my presentation because I always want to give gratitude to this boy. And I really hope that the life was good to him, and whatever he is doing in life, he is succeeding some way, because without even knowing, he did something extremely for so many people. So this is thanks to our upline sponsor who is not with us today, and I hope life was good to him. Now then I started the business. People always think, especially if they are not very self-confident, is this for me or this is not for me? A lot of people say, oh, I have no education. I have no education, I have no background. It's not possible for me to have a success in this company. And Sergio didn't have formal education, And then there are people who maybe are very well educated and they ask themselves, can I have success here? Maybe I can have success somewhere else. And this is when I'm telling my story. I had education. I had not 1 university degree, 2 university degrees. I was preparing to be a university professor. I was doing my PhD in psychology because I really was passionate and still am passionate about the science and psychology. So I know that this is silly, but sometimes when I want to relax, I read scientific studies. So when I read scientific studies, I'm relaxing. This is fun for me. Okay. Everyone has his own strange things, yes. Okay, so I started as a customer. And by the way, for me, the only way to start the training, to start the business was as a customer. I was successful. I was beginning my PhD studies. I knew exactly what I want to do. My parents were entrepreneurs. We were not a rich family, but a well-off family. Very good relationships everywhere. So a huge personal network of our family. So, and I was not looking for an opportunity. I could never take a flyer about the business. I could never read a newspaper ad about the business. I was not interested. But my mother was very overweight. And because of huge overweight, he also had, of course, a lot of excessive weight related health problems. So she found Herbalife. And that was very funny because when she found Herbalife, she got invited to a presentation, and she told me, do you want to come with me because I don't want to go alone? And I said, I'm not keen to participate in any presentations. I have enough presentations in my university. I just want to relax. Well, I went with her, and in the end, it was actually a Herbalife presentation, and I didn't like it. I hated, literally hated. Everybody was so happy. Everybody was clapping like idiots, what is this clapping? A serious person never claps, a serious person behaves seriously, okay? And I absolutely hated it. And then they said that this incredible leader is going to give the last 5 minutes, And they were talking about this incredible leader like this. And when the incredible leader came on stage, and I didn't like him at all. I said, oh my God, what a catastrophe of a person. And that was Sergio. So I actually left the presentation. I said, this is a stupid presentation. Do you know when you have an HOM and exactly in the middle of the room there is somebody very negative? And you want to slap that person. That was me. Okay. So, yeah. So I went away. One thing I got in Bali is a flu. In July. Very interesting. Okay, so I went away, and my mother, she was 107 kilos. She was a lot of a woman. And she said, okay, I want to start on this product. And she turned to my father, I need money. And I said, and my father asked, what do you need money for? And she said, oh, this American company, they have a product. Oh, ask Rodica, she was with me. And my father is asking, what is this about? And I said, this is the most stupid thing you can imagine. I mean, that these Americans, they think that we in Eastern Europe are stupid to buy all the crap they cannot sell in America. And they were looking for fools, and they found my mother. So I was not supporting at all, Talking about negative influence at home, And my mother got very offended. She said, for everything I did for this family, I deserve to take $100 and throw them out of the window. I'm starting this program where you support me or not. So thanks to my mother. Now you understand that I have personality in the family, Mother and father, my father is also big alpha man, okay. So, so this is how she started, and actually this is when the miracle happened. My mother lost 30 kilos. Her health was completely transformed. And I didn't have a lot, I had maybe 2 or 3 kilos more weight, but I wasn't healthy. I was smoking back then. I was a student. I was drinking a lot of coffee to keep myself alive, drinking Coca-Cola, eating all the bad stuff, you know. So I was really not feeling well. And my mother looked at me when I finished university and she said, "You really look bad. You look like hell. I need to give you these products." And this is how I started on the products, and this is how the miracle happened. I could have started this company only as a customer, because I cannot share about the product or about anything if I don't trust or I don't believe it. So I had to have my personal experience with the products to see how they work, to see this incredible energy which I had from day one. The zest for life, I don't know, I was flying. And because I had these results, I started talking to literally everybody around me. So I was a kind of a incredible story in the beginning, because I had my 10 or 15 customers in the first month. Of course, we had a very good circle of influence, and I started talking to everybody about that. And this is how I actually started the business. I wanted to do some extra money during July, because here in July, 1995 I started the business, so this month I'm 30 years in the business. Yeah, I was starting my academic year in November, so I had a couple of months before November to just relax after the university. And I basically said, okay, for a couple of months I'm going to work, make a little bit of money, take care of the people. And that's what actually happened. And this is the picture with my best friend from school. She became my customer and distributor. She is until today in the company. So, you know, in this company, you can take your family members, you can take your friends, and you can really have a project for the whole life. My parents are Global Expansion Team 2500. My friend, she's a Millionaire Team 7500. So it's really a life project which you can bring your friends, you can bring your family. You can imagine the conversation around our table, you know, because it's always about Herbalife, about the business, about the organizations. My father is 81, my mother is 83 and 78, sorry, and they are still active in the business. They have they are not building actively, but they call their organization, and they are receiving every month a beautiful check, by the way, and I don't need to take care of them because they are Global Expansion Team 2500K. Yeah, so they are having a good check every month, and that's absolutely amazing. Okay, so one of the things that we have, that I have started from the beginning, and with my sponsor. My mother was my sponsor, but actually we started almost in the same time, so we were sponsored by my upline sponsor. And from the beginning, he told us to follow the plan. Because, you know, sometimes you or your people, they think they know it better, but you don't know it better. You need to follow the plan which your sponsor, your upline president team, millionaire team is giving to you. You need to get yourself in all the support structures, because from day one, I started to come to all the trainings, and I started to come to all the support structures, because this was my lifeline. This was my oxygen. And I remember we had the basic training 3 times a week. You know, it was Tuesday. We had it on Saturday. We have Tuesday, Thursday, HOMs on Saturday. We had the basic training. And I remember coming to the basic training, you know, being so confident and having these huge wings and going out to talk to people, you know. And by Wednesday, I already was hit, you know. By Friday, my wings were completely broken, you know, and I would crawl on Saturday to the training, and then after the training again, I was feeling strong and I was feeling confident. So it's extremely important to be at the trainings, to participate. It's important from day one to learn, because a lot of you maybe don't have education. Very well, you know, education is not about school. Education is something that you can have and should have all your life. And you can become educated at any stage in your life. Because what it takes for that is to listen, to read, to go to trainings, to try to get inspired by people who have success in what you want to have. So you can get yourself educated no matter how educated you are in this moment, and no matter how high education you have in this moment, you still need to further educate yourself. So learn to plan your actions, learn to be in the contact with your sponsor, because this will help you. And if you teach this to your people, this will help your people to survive in the first 90 days in the business. When first 90 days in the business is very, very important, because what is happening from the beginning in the business is that you will try to go to your success. You will try to go towards your new goal. But the old habits, the family sometimes, friends, a lack of education will try to push you back. Stay there, this is not for you. You're not educated enough. You're a woman, you're a housewife, you're a man, you don't have any experience. The success is not for you, you know. All of these can always stay in your way, and you need to push together with the sponsor, because your sponsor will always pull you towards the success. And you being connected to the trainings, learning all the time is going to help your sponsor pull you towards your results. And now I started the business in July. Sergio was the leader of our group. A couple of months later, I don't know, life happens, yes. And we had a love story, and we have been building, we have this project for 30 years together. And it's been an experience to build the business. We haven't been really a very fast success story necessarily. It took Sergio 1 year to go to the GET team. We went together to the Millionaire team. I met him when he was a GET team. And then it took us 9 years to the President team. But because we have been very serious about our business, and we have been very serious about the principles, then the rest happened all the time. You know, a couple of years later, we became 15K, 20K, 30K. In 2019, we became 40K and 4 diamonds, and we kept developing our business until in 2020, we achieved the Chairman's Club qualification. And we keep working, we keep being active. This is a choice. You know, many times people ask us, why are you still working? I'm working because I'm passionate about what I do. I'm working because I am conscious about the impact. I am working because why do I have to stop? I'm only 56. I have 40 more years of being active. Huh? So why would I want to stop? It's a great inspiration to do our work. And then we also have the potential for growth. And tomorrow afternoon, I will explain you that one of the 8 wealths that exist is the potential for growth. Because when we don't grow, we evolve. When we don't grow, we go backwards. We never stay in one place. This is extremely important to understand. We also managed to build a family. We have 2 beautiful daughters. They are incredible girls. We have been able to give them the best education money can buy. They always have gone only to private schools. We have sent them to UK to study in the boarding school. And that is a lot of money, guys, to have your children in UK, in the boarding school. That is a lot of money. I'm telling you, we are talking about serious money for both of them, you know. Now our younger daughter is in London. She studies neurosciences. She's a sciencey type, okay? But they are both not only smart, but also good people. They are good, they have good personalities, good values. And I'm really proud of what we have been able to teach them. The work ethic, the commitment ethic, the humbleness, the growth mentality. These are things that we learned in Herbalife, and we were able to pass to our children. Because this is one of the biggest wealth, the fact that you can pass good values to your children and you can teach them principles that make them successful in life. And by the way, it's not necessarily for them to be Herbalife distributors. Our older daughter is a Herbalife distributor, but she's not actively doing the business because this is not her calling. And as a person, that had the privilege to do what I am passionate about in life, it's very important that to my daughters, I also say you need to do things that you are passionate in life. If Herbalife is not what you are passionate in life, you need to find the things that you are passionate in life. And then you are going to really enjoy the journey. But they are using the products. My daughter, although she's not actively doing the business, she always has customers. And the young one is just starting now. But whether they do Herbalife or not, this is irrelevant. We have built a business. This is the legacy for them, for the generations to come. And it's very important for them to be able to realize their potential in the way they see it. So Mark always said, I will make you travel the world. And you know, now we live in Romania. Romania is in European Union. And European Union is 30-something countries. Basically, we don't use a lot the passports. Because you need to, when you travel in the EU, you can travel with national ID. You don't need the passport. It's open borders. But when we were starting in the beginning, first thing we were telling to our people to do from the basic training is get your passport ready. And but here for you also, get your passport ready. Because living in Indonesia, you will need the passport to travel to extravaganzas, to different other events, you know. This business will make you travel the world. And if now you don't see how you are going to do it, doesn't matter. Get your passport ready. Sooner or later, you will have the opportunity to travel. And you will have the opportunity to see the world like we did. And everywhere we went, we took our girls with ourselves, and we are keeping doing that until today. They travel with us to the Chairman's Club vacations. We are, you know, their friends always laugh. You know, their friends, and I'm very proud of that, think that I'm the coolest mom. Okay? And I'm very happy about that. You know, the young people telling that I'm a cool mom, okay? But they also always want to travel with us. And their friends are asking them, are you crazy? Why would you want to travel with your parents, you know? And they say, you should see the places we travel to. You will want to travel to with your parents. So, and I was always joking, and I say, okay, if we are such a bad parents, why do you want to come with us? You know, because for your children, you're always bad parents, you know. You do something wrong. They say, if your child is not telling you at least once a week that you are a bad mom, you're doing something wrong. I'm waiting for translation to kick in. So your children will always say that you are okay. So if we are so bad parents, why do you want to travel with us? And they say, yeah, but what type of vacations you have? Okay. And there is another important thing when you come in Herbalife, because in the beginning, let's face it, everybody is coming for his own goals. We want to make our money, we want to do our career, but then at some point, thank you very much, the team is taking care that I always have hot tea here, because I caught a flu, as I told you. So this one is for my voice. Okay, and you start with yourself, but soon enough, you will have to build a team if you want to grow in this business. And one of the principles that always guided me in the work was care more about the customers and about distributors than the money you make from them, and you will be successful. So of course you are happy when you go to your vacation, you are happy when you help your children travel with you and experience the world, but then there is nothing better than seeing the people from your team succeed. And at some point when you build the team, you are witnessing that. And this is another wealth, the contribution to other people. And we started with our goals, we started with our vacations, but our real inspiration was to see our people travel. And hundreds of people from Romania have been traveling all these days. This is just the people from the 2024 vacation, and also 2025 vacation. So hundreds of our guys with their children are experiencing the same thing. So this is so important. It's possible not only for you. You can pass it on. You can pass it to the people on your team, and you will see that you will be happier for the experiences that your guys will have, that even for the experiences you have. And being able in Romania, we were not able to make the people in Romania couldn't travel. They needed visa for everything, they needed passport for everything. So for us it was a big deal to be able to travel outside of the country. And now we have thousands and thousands of people from our countries traveling. This is incredible. What can you do for your country? What can you do for your people? And one of the biggest achievements we had in 2018 is when Romania won the Country of the Year award. This is a yearly award which is given in honors in March in our biggest leadership meeting. So for me, my principle always was ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. Ask not what Herbalife can do for you, ask what you can do for Herbalife. How you can bring your country, how you can represent your country the best. Because you have the opportunity to travel the world representing your country, talking about your country, talking about the business in your country. And it's incredible when you have the opportunity to do that. And in the meantime, of course, we have been ambitious people. Me and Sergio, we have been and we are ambitious people. And Herbalife is a place where you can dream. Herbalife is a place where you can be ambitious. We wanted to become president teams from day one. And 9 years it took us. Every single month we have had this goal. We are building our president team qualification. And then we wanted to become Chairman's Club. And this is how we focused on building our diamonds, because when you want to qualify Chairman's Club, again, it's not about you. It's about how you help your people to become successful, how you help the people in your organization to become your diamonds. And this is what was for us extremely important, to see our people copy our success, to see our people repeating and duplicating what was possible. That is extremely powerful. And you have incredible president team here in Indonesia. You have 4 diamonds. I know you have 2 couples which are very, very close to Chairman's Club. So guys, I'm keeping the fingers crossed for you, you know. Don't stop there. Let's go. Let's grow the Chairman's Club team. And of course, when you are already having diamonds, you are qualifying for the 1% bonus. And I want you to look at me, that this is possible, guys. From a girl from Moldova, from the little Moldova, and a boy also who was bankrupted before Herbalife, to build an international business, to take a tiny little country like Romania and make it #1 country in the world at some point, to build a Chairman's Club Czech in one country, which is a small country. All of this is possible. And if we can do it, you can do it. It doesn't mean that you will do it, but you can do it. The opportunity, the possibility is there. And yes, you can make full retail. Yes, you can make wholesale retail. Yes, you can make royalties. Yes, you can make bonuses. Yes, you can make 1% bonus. Everything of that is possible, is available. I'm the living proof, and a lot of the people here downstairs are also a living proof. And this is a separate, very special experience. Also, I had the honor, and I didn't expect this at all, to be one of the recipients of the Humanitarian Award for my region. That was really incredible, because your willingness to help the people in need makes the whole difference. And we have a beautiful Herbalife Casa project in Romania, and we are working and we are really contributing to the children in need in our country. And then you do the work, when you do the job, when you have your commitment, you will always get recognized. This company is giving you more recognition than your family have received in the last 3 centuries all combined. Because this is what is this company about: recognizing, congratulating, celebrating your success. And then, of course, international business trainer. This is one of the things which I like, traveling the world, sharing the story, and really helping others, maybe through our experience, contributing a little bit, a little tiny bit to somebody else's success, even if they are not from our organization. this is also very, very inspiring. Now, another type of wealth, and we are going to talk about it, is the community. They say you are an average of the 5 people who surround you. And this is such an important notion. It's important that you surround yourself with people that inspire you and grow you. It's extremely important. And many times our family members are not those people. Many times we can have people in our families, close people, who are discouraging us, who are putting us down, who are cutting our wings. And that's okay. We are not here to judge. We just need to make sure that we surround ourselves. We cannot escape from our family. We cannot deny our family. But we can surround ourselves with successful people. And let me tell you that from day one in this business, you already have 5 successful people that can surround you, and these are 5 upline sponsors. These are your colleagues. These are your sidelines. These are the leaders in your region. You can be surrounded by successful people. And I remember my sponsors telling me in day one, make sure when you sit in the training that you sit at the front of your level. So if you are a wall team, where is the rows of the wall team starting? This is where you sit, on the first row of your level. And never sit in the back of the room. Now, here everybody is successful, yes? And don't take negativity from others. When they try to talk negatively from you, put your blinders and go away. Call your sponsors and get support. Now, in our company, once you grow, you go closer and closer to this area. And here the guys are all successful. You may like them or you may not like them. All of them or not all of them. But all of them are successful. All of them have done the job. All of them have been on the journey and arrived in a very special place. So being in the Chairman's Club, this is like, you know, the dream. You are in the same room with the legends. And you can rub your shoulders. You can listen to their success stories. You make the most unusual friendships. One of my dear, dear personal friends for many, many years is Stefan Graziani. I'm friend with him since he was a president team, since he was only 1 or 2 diamonds. Today, he is a founder circle and we are together working. This is one of the great resources in my life. One of the persons which I always admired and was my inspiration was Leslie Stanford. Today, we are talking on WhatsApp almost on a weekly day, and today I will call her for mentorship. She's my mentor in Herbalife. So once you go and you grow in your success, you can be closer to people that were your heroes, to people that were your inspiration, and you can work together on the project and they can mentor you and you can become friends. This is absolutely incredible. So being in Chairman's Club, this is the possibility to extend your crowd, to be surrounded by the most successful people in the company. And again, maybe you like them, maybe you don't like them, but you cannot deny that they are extraordinary individuals and you have things to learn from them. The growth mindset is extremely important. And here in Herbalife, we cultivate the entrepreneurial mentality. Now, I know that people in Indonesia are entrepreneurial. You have a lot of tiny little businesses, everyone is doing something, and this is something which we can cultivate. This is something we could extend. This is something we could really enrich through our experience here. And it's very important that also in Herbalife, we have this American company which is giving us very high standards. It's teaching us a business which is of very good quality. We can learn principles that we can bring in our country and which can also elevate the experience of people around us. This is why it's so important to have good standards. This is why it's so important to try to be professional, to try to plan your activity, to try to do it on a high level. Everything we deliver to our customers and distributors to be on a high level of execution, not just somehow, but really nice, clean, sleek, professional, so people can see the difference and say, oh my God, these guys from Herbalife, they're really something different, you know? So the growth mindset and expanding yourself is some other gifts I received from Herbalife. Because here I learned about the growth. Here I learned about the power of community. Here I learned about cultivating and learning and expanding yourself. Now, once you qualify as a chairman's club, let's talk a little bit of a lifestyle, yes? So you have your legends, which become your friends. You also have these incredible experiences that you live through vacations. But now, just to tease a little with the president team, once you become a chairman's club, you have this chairman's club experience. They celebrate you, and we had ours in Barcelona in the Gaudi Palace. It was a special dinner for ourselves and all our lines. Our daughters have been invited, so it was an incredible experience that we lived after we qualified as a Chairman's Club. Chairman's Club and Founders Circle vacations are a different level, guys. I know that you all enjoy local vacations, but trust me, Chairman's Club, this is another level of experience. Now, here we are in Egypt, and imagine yourself that in Egypt, we have had the breakfast at the pyramids. And the site was reserved only for Herbalife. Now, every day at the pyramids are 20,000 people. That morning, the whole site was reserved only for 150 group from Herbalife. And they had a breakfast in a place that was like 7,000 years old. And then we had a dinner. Do you know the Cheops pyramid? We had the dinner in the last day just at the bottom of the pyramid. We were having our tables here, and here it was the pyramid. Exactly in the back of this stage, it was the pyramid. And everyone received we all received the dresses, you know, which were special for this party, and it was an incredible experience. And when we went on the cruise on the River Nile, and this evening we had the dinner in the pyramids, which were 7,000 years old. Next day, 5,000 years old. So we had this absolutely crazy experience, and this was from Japan. Also, again, we can have all the experiences. Let me see. Yeah, this was from Japan. Again, incredible experiences we had. This was from Italy last year. Here I'm with Amber Week and with Leslie Stanford. We had a private tour of the Vatican again. We are getting this. Now, nobody can organize lifestyle better than Herbalife. And the president team here know that. And guys, I want you to be there. This was a cooking class we have been taking in Italy. Everybody was cooking pasta. That was an experience also. Okay, so this was really an incredible experience. Another thing which was very interesting for me is to be on the board of directors of Herbalife. Now you know that Herbalife is a corporation, and that corporation is actually conducted by a board of directors. And I didn't realize this back then, you know. But do you know Michael Johnson, Stefan Graziani, the CEO? They are really employed by the board of directors. We are really their chiefs. They are really their bosses. This is, of course, very funny, okay? But now, aside from the joke, this is a huge privilege to be able to serve on the board of directors. It's just a privilege. The only reason why I accepted this responsibility, because this is a huge responsibility, guys. This is really a huge responsibility, legal responsibility from all standpoints. It's just because I wanted to contribute to the company. I'm together with Juan Miguel Mendoza. He's another distributor who is representing the company on the board of directors. And our board of directors is absolutely fabulous. The guys are really living it. Every member of the board wants to be contributing. And I'm telling you something, guys. There are people on that board who have companies of billions of dollars. There is somebody on the board who has a company that's $17 billion. These are serious professionals in their fields. And what is the most important thing, which I discovered as a board member, I always had the respect towards the company. I always thought that our company is a serious corporation. But guys, I had no idea. I had no idea how serious is this company, how well organized, what resources are behind us just going and doing our job. Guys, this is such a high level of security for us. This is such a protection we have. We are in the best hands ever. You need to have this confidence because we are dealing, this is what we don't realize. We go in the marketplace and we talk about the products and people tell us, leave me alone with this Herbalife. I don't want this Herbalife. I don't want to do any change. And sometimes you feel so lonely and insignificant. And you think that Herbalife is lonely and insignificant. You feel that for your company. Did you have this situation? Did you have this feeling? It's like, I'm so insignificant. People tell me that they don't want what I do. But listen, guys, this is just because they don't know. But actually, you go and meet that person who today, in this moment, is not ready to change anything because it's not educated, because it doesn't have the knowledge, because it doesn't understand how important nutrition is, doesn't have the information. But behind you is a huge, grandiose corporation. Behind you are serious lawyers. Behind you are serious managers. Behind you are serious financial people who are making this company to run. So every day you can be on the marketplace really proud and really strong about all the protections we can have behind us. You can do it wholeheartedly. I'm telling you, as a distributor that is behind the scenes and that knows what is happening. And when you become a board member, they do what is called onboarding process. And that's meaning I, as a board member, meet with every department in the company, and the department is reporting to me what they do, what are the current projects, and what this department is doing. And I remember coming back to Michael Johnson and telling him, Michael, why don't you share more? This company is so strong and so serious. The distributors don't know about that. We need to tell them that we have the most expensive managers and specialists in the entire world who work for our distributors. We need to tell them how serious is organized the production of the products, the legal exposure, everything, guys. We are in the best company. You need to trust that. And also the passion of the employees, guys. The passion of the employees are incredible. These guys are really at 5 o'clock in the morning in the office. At 5 o'clock in the morning, all executives are working out in the office. They start the day in the gym, and then they work not until 5 o'clock. Trust me, they work until 9 o'clock in the evening. And the efforts and the passion that the Herbalife executive have to this company. And also I would like to take the opportunity to thank all the Herbalife employees, guys, the managers, everyone. They are doing the team behind the scene, the stage, all the employees of the company. They are doing such a great job to support and to provide the context for us. So this was in February 2025 with my buddies in the office. And do you know where you can find your diamonds? Who wants to have diamonds? Let me tell you where you can find the diamonds, okay? So our first diamonds was Florenza knew on. She was a customer, guys. She was a customer. She was a senior consultant for 6 months. It took her 10 months to qualify to supervisors. She just wanted to learn. She became a distributor because she wanted to learn more about nutrition. So our first diamond is coming from the customer base and circle of influence because she was a friend of one of our distributors. Diamond number 2. Liviu's father was a builder, a developer. He was building our vacation home. And when we contracted him, this is a funny story. When we contracted him, it was a little bit difficult because he was more expensive than the others, you know? But he was quite more expensive than the others, but also we liked what he was telling us. And we were right in the end of the day. He built us an incredible vacation home. 20 years later, it's sound and everything is perfect in the house. And I remember Sergio saying, okay, he said, okay, we go with this guy and we make him a distributor and we take all our money back. And I told him, come on, Sergio, this is silly. I said, this is silly. We are just, taking the builder and that's it. It's not going to happen. 6 months later, Sergio is meeting with his son because we needed to give to the builder some papers. He needed some papers. And our vacation home was in another part of Romania, in the mountainside. But his son was in Bucharest, where we were living. So he said, okay, you meet with my son, you give him the papers because tomorrow he's coming home and he will bring me the papers. So Sergio is meeting with the guy in the parking lot of the company where he was working. And he's giving him the papers and is asking him, he was 25 years back then, and asking him, okay, so how are you? What are you doing for life? This and this and that. Would you be interested to make $500 extra a month? Sergio asked the guy, 25 years old. And the guy said, yeah, I would like to find out. We invited him to the presentation. He is our first line president team, almost 15K. And you know what? We have paid our house back 3 times already. So the moral in the thing, always talk about opportunity. Always share the products, always share the business, because you just never know. Where? Even in a parking lot. So he's coming from the circle of influence, okay? Diamond number 3. These are my sponsors. These are my original sponsors. Circle of influence. One of their friends told them about Herbalife. So guys, your circle of influence and your customer base is full of diamonds. Treat them seriously. Diamond number 4, circle of influence. She was invited to the business by her student. She was a college professor. She was invited to the business by her student. And diamond number 5, she read a newspaper ad, but for the products. She's coming from a customer base. So for us, experience, by the way, sometimes we're thinking, should we recruit or should we have customers? All our diamonds are coming from the circle of influence, and all of them have been customer, and 3 or 4 of them have been customer first. So sometimes we're thinking, oh my God, where are the diamonds are? But they are around us. We just need to be attentive and we need to work with the people to grow and develop them. Let me look for the time. I'm good, okay? Now, another thing which I said, we have incredible partners because just being in the, surrounded by our fellows in the ESG group. Now, Chairman's Club, of course, has even more elevated the experience. But we have this opportunity to always develop these lifelong friendships. And by the way, here in Bali, I was for 3 weeks because 23 years ago, when we were having a little bit of business in Turkey, I met a young global expansion team back then, Miss Ferhan Cihaner, she is here, yes. Today she's a 20K, 3 diamonds in the business. She is a member of the ESG. She moved to Bali like 8 months ago, and she invited me to visit her. So you see, you develop these friendships, you know, you develop these relationships, you develop these connections. So we know each other for 23 years, you know. We keep traveling. She's coming for Christmas to visit my family. So you see, this is something which is incredible. You can build this global network of success and global network of friends. Okay, this is Natalia Ferreira visiting Romania because she wanted to find out more about the clubs. And then the next summer I visit her in her house, and I had a beautiful vacation in Portugal. And of course, the people who teach you and inspire you, they're a completely different caliber. This is important, completely different caliber. These are people of the global size. To have Dr. Hibbert teaching us about nutrition, this guy is for 30 years on the list of top 100 doctors in the United States. This was the president of the Cancer Society, Diabetes Society, Nutrition Society in United States of America. You can tell he was the #1 in the world. To have Luis Ignaro train us about the cardiovascular health. To have Jim Rohn, you need to understand who Jim Rohn was. Jim Rohn was the founder of the personal development movement in the entire world. Because all the big names today in the personal development industry name him as their mentor. So he actually kick-started the whole industry. And today we have, of course, tens of thousands of people who are, many of them claim that they are big personal coaches. But back then, we had this person working with Herbalife. And those of you who don't know about Jim Rohn, you haven't read their books, you haven't watched his video clips, I suggest you open YouTube every morning and listen to a video clip of Jim Rohn or Mark Hughes for just a couple of minutes. This is what I'm doing. Sometimes when I'm losing my edge, when I'm losing my kick, I just listen to Jim Rohn. And I'm telling you, this is also for the president team. Guys, if you want to get some inspirational ideas for your team, from time to time listen to Jim Rohn. It will absolutely you will make the best training after listening to Jim Rohn. And tomorrow in the afternoon, I will share my favorite quotes of Jim. And of course, learning from Mark. I was lucky to have Mark a couple of years, to be in a couple of trainings with him. This was a crazy photo we did on the Bateau Bouche in France. We had to do 22,000 personal volume to qualify for that photo. And we have been absolutely unleashed in doing that. That's one of the most precious photos we have in all our photo collections, and we have thousands and thousands of photos. This is a photo taken with Jim Rohn in Boca Raton at the Honors. Again, an incredible possibility. And also, I had this experience. We went to a training in Krakow, in Poland, and we met with Jim on the plane. And we were waiting together in the gate area before boarding, and we had this opportunity to have a conversation with him. It was absolutely fabulous. And I would like to close with a couple of things as our conclusions in this business. Number one is very important to have a vision. I want you to have a vision of the future for yourself. I want you to have a vision for yourself as part of the company. I want you to understand that we are working in an industry which is changing people's lives. Yesterday I was sharing with the president team that we need to understand that we don't sell some products, because this is not about selling products. We sell knowledge, we sell coaching. We sell emotional support. We not sell that, give emotional support. We give entrepreneurial support to the people. This is not a company which is just selling products. And I always have this understanding that we are a company which holds keys to people's destinies. Because somebody is coming and we literally take people from dirt. And when I'm talking about dirt, I'm talking about the nutritional dirt. I'm talking about the fact that people feed themselves junk food, and people feed themselves food and drinks which is killing them, and they don't know. And we are educating people about that. I want to tell you a joke, although it's a very serious conversation. So one of our first Livio's girlfriend back then, Adina, her mother had a shop. They were living in a village. And her mother had the village shop, with all the food. And, the village shop is important, And they were selling everything inside. And then she learned that margarine, is not good for the body. A lot of people don't know that this is not good for the body, but margarine actually is not good for your body. Oil or butter, yes, in limited quantities, but not margarine. And but her mother was selling margarine because everybody is buying margarine in the shop. And Adina is coming to the shop and she's saying, "Mama, why do you sell margarine? It's not healthy." And she say, "Yeah, I understand, but so many people buy it. Maybe a little bit I can sell." In the shop, But the truth of the matter is that we take the people out of the dirt when it's coming to their nutrition. We educate them, we give them solution. And just in a couple of days, people are feeling better. They have better energy, better body compositions. They change the way they feed their family. Their children are more healthy. Their husbands are more healthy. They go outside from the home in better energy. They smile more. They do everything around them better. And the same, we take the people from the dirt of financial pitfall they are. We teach them new skills. We teach them how to become a good entrepreneur. We help them make money. We give them the best opportunity. You need to have a vision that this business is not about only getting rejections and getting no. This business is walking the day and asking people, do you want a key to a better future? We ask it in different words and people don't understand, and many of them say no, but actually this is what we tell them. Do you want the key to another destiny? And you need to have this vision. You need to have this vision that outside of what you do every day, you are a part of a great movement. And you are a part of the great power, which is really impacting the people every single day. You need to have confidence, and I learned that people in Indonesia are shy people. To be shy, this can even be a cultural trait. But you can learn to be assertive, you can learn to be strong. And you have to be strong if you want to have the life you want. This is the place where you can learn the language of confidence. This is the place where you can learn the confidence of having bigger dreams. For some of you, bigger dreams may mean, I don't know, having $500 extra a month, and that would make a great difference. Great! Have that dream and then expand your dream and expand your dream. Confidence, that meaning that you have bold dreams and you expand your dreams all the time. So this is something which you can develop in this company. This company is putting you on a path of constant learning, consistent learning. Guys, we need to learn all the time. We are in a new reality. We have AI around ourselves. Yes, we need to learn things. Yes, we need to learn new tools. Yes, doesn't matter how old we are. We need to embrace the idea of learning. And in this company, I was talking yesterday to Tom Harms. He's a great friend of mine and an incredible Herbalife employee for 24 years already, 24? 24 years in Herbalife, guys. 24 years in Herbalife. A life of service to this company. And he was telling me, what I love about this company is that you constantly have to learn something. And this is coming from somebody who is a manager in the company. For us, this is even bigger. You understand? And you need to be ready and open for that. Hard work. Guys, hard work. Well, I'm telling you, it's hard work. It's a lot of work. I think it's a lie when we try to say, oh, this is a business, you can do everything, receive everything, and you don't have to do anything. That's not true. I was working and I keep working hard. But I'm okay. I think that when you work hard, you really deserve what you have to say and to receive. It's not that we need to work with a hard heart. No. But we need to put the hours of work. We need to put an effort. And we need to put our focus, our grit, our perseverance in place. Another thing which is extremely important is the loyalty. God bless you. Okay. Another thing that we need to put in place is the loyalty. And this is something extremely important. Loyalty means that you are together through good and through bad. Loyalty means that when it's hard, you are there. Then you don't have the results, you are there. You are not jumping from one place to another. You are there to put your shoulder and to put your help and to put your energy when things are not working well. It's easy to be loyal when everything is perfect, but your loyalty will be tested and will be tested every day. And throughout the years, of course, I have seen that I don't know how many companies coming and going and trying to poach on our distributors. I am laughing that nobody comes to me. They don't even dare come to me. Nobody dares come to me to propose me another multi-level marketing. They don't even dare to do that because my loyalty is unwavering. And my loyalty and respect is for Herbalife. Why? Why? Because if you don't have the gratitude for something offered for you, when you didn't have an opportunity, then you didn't have a possibility, when you were in the hardship of your life maybe, and you forget about that, this is the biggest sin that can be actually happening. So stay loyal to the project, stay loyal to your business, stay loyal to the company, stay loyal to your future. Stay loyal for the things that you have received. And last but not least is patience. Guys, we need the patience. We need the patience to be through the process, need the patience to be through the journey. And you know what? This company, even if you have 100 years, or if you are 100 years old, nobody will tell you you have no right to come to the training. You're too old. And if you are only 18, nobody will say it's too early for you to be here. You are too young. Have patience. We have a lifetime journey, and this is a company where you can draw lifetime plans, and this is what I want to wish you, to live the realization of your life project, to be really happy and proud of what you did, and to be able to leave a legacy to your family and to future generations. Thank you very much, guys, and thank you, Herbalife, for the incredible opportunity.
Wow, amazing! Thank you very much, Rodica, for your presentation.
Asta e țara mea, jur că-i minunată.
Hello. Yeah, we are going to take a break for 10 minutes. Wow. Yeah, remember, just not to stop sharing. You never stop sharing. This is very important message from CC Rodica. And of course, just follow the plan. Herbalife company got every tools to already ready to support you. And of course, the last message that before she end this session is vision, confidence, consistent learning, hard work, loyalty, and patience. So this is the message we must carry right after her training. Then go out to the market and just never stop sharing. So 10 minutes later, we'll see you again for the second topic.
need you, my heart's on fire. You come to me wild and wild. You come to me, give me everything I need. You're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I ever met. I'm stuck on your heart, I hang on every word you say. Tears apart. Baby, I would rather be dead. In your heart, since the start of every night and every day. In your eyes, I get lost, I get washed away. Just as long as I'm here in your arms, I could be in no better place. You're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I ever met. Ooh, I'm stuck on your heart, I hang on every word you say. Oh, tears apart, no, no, no. Baby, I would rather be dead. Each time you leave me, I start losing control. Walking away with my heart and my soul. I can feel you even when I'm alone. Oh, baby, don't let go.
Hey, we got the best company in the world. We are the ones. We got the product. We got the leadership. We are the most unbelievable people. We're simply the best.
Welcome back, leaders. Yeah, now come to our topic 2. Yes, the topic 2 is transform to lead, building your brand mindset and business flow. So let's watch the video live from Indonesia.
Please welcome Chairman Club member Rodica Makadrai.
Am mers pe sârmă de 1000 de ori și nici măcar nu am avut vreun antrenor, nici vreun ajutor. Am dat-o în bară de 1000 de ori, dar e un hagi în mine care știe să dea gol, să mă facă învingător. Viața trece în viteză, îi pun 2 puncte și o paranteză, și oricât mi-ar fi de greu, când picior de plai mă găsești mereu. Îmi cere inima să o mai spun o dată, asta e țara mea, jur că-i minunată. Cei care simt la fel să înceapă nebunia, din toată inima pentru România. Îmi cere inima să o mai spun o dată, asta e țara mea, jur că-i minunată. trece în viteză. Îi pun două puncte și o paranteză și oricât mi-ar fi de greu, prin picior de plai mă găsești mereu. Îmi cere inima să o mai spun o dată, asta e țara mea, jur că e minunată. Cei care simt la fel să înceapă nebunia, din toată inima pentru România. Îmi cere inima să o mai spun o dată, asta e țara mea, jur că e minunată. Cei care simt la fel să înceapă nebunia, din toată inima pentru România.
Hello guys, how are you? I'm sorry guys, I have traveled 13,000 kilometers to Indonesia. And this is what you tell me. Yeah. Come on guys, how are you? A little bit better here, but I'm not satisfied with what is happening there. Okay, one more time. Hello guys, how are you? I'm not sure which one is better, so let's see. We try this left side, you know, and then we try right side, and I will decide which one is better, okay? So, the left side, guys, how are you? The right side, do you think you can beat them? Yeah, okay. Come on, guys, how are you? Now this is the attitude. Do you want a second chance? Okay, one more time. Come on guys, how are you? Okay. And now for the friendship, let's do it one more time together. How are you guys? How are you, Indonesia? Woo! Yay! Thank you very much. You know, coming from a person who was very offended at the first meeting that people were clapping, you know, I've got a long way. Okay. For me right now, it's so much fun to be at Herbalife events, but let's not forget that we are creating these events. And here right now, we have the top producers of Indonesia, and we have the people who are in the best shape in the last period of time. And you know what? It's important to know in the business that if you are now in the best shape, this is not a guarantee that you are going to be in the best shape in a year from now. Because if you don't keep the good work, we cannot live with the past successes. But your energy is so critical for your business. So this is why it's important to come to the events, to take the energy and then be the leaders who are going to bring this energy back home. Because right now you are going to fly back to, do you know how many islands Indonesia has? 13,000 islands. I think in Romania we have 2 or something like that. 13,000. You are going to fly to these 13,000 islands, and you need to bring this energy and you need to give it back to your group. This is why make sure that everybody who's coming back home is doing a I just got back meeting. Today, tomorrow, write on your club chats, write in your team chats. I'm coming back, we need to meet already on Monday, and I'm going to share with you what I'm bringing from this incredible event. You need to take back home your stories, my story, the things you have learned, and you need to bring this energy and vision back to your people. This is why these events are co-created. It's not only the speaker, it's not only the first row. Everybody is co-creating the event. And if each of us puts his part of the energy, then each of us goes back home much richer. So for today and tomorrow, I prepared three training sessions. Today, God bless, today we are going to have a little bit a broader conversation to set the context, to work a little bit on our mentality. Tomorrow, we are going to go, first of all, to a little bit more technical training, a little bit more hands-on training. And then in the end, we will talk about the vision. Because if you remember in my closing slide with the story, the vision is critically important. And people pay a lot of money to expand their visions. People who go to international forums, to international congresses, these are people who are paying money, big money, participation tickets, travel tickets, to see the vision in their fields, whether this is science or technology, or if this is a business. People pay money to understand what are the trends, in which direction the humanity is evolving, business, science, technology. It's extremely important for you to understand that building your vision, expanding your vision as a leader is your constant goal and also obligation. Because if we don't work on expanding our vision, after some time, exactly like the window shield in the car, it's becoming blurred. And when we don't have vision and we don't have clarity, we become confused. And at some point we start doubting ourselves. We start doubting the opportunity. We start doubting the company. And this is when it's really, really dangerous. Because if you lose the vision, you lose the future. And we want to constantly work on our vision. I want to tell you that things about the vision, understanding the importance of the vision, was I had several of them, but one of my biggest breakthrough in this business and in this life, when I understood how important is to have this glimpse in the future, how important is to see where you go and what happens. Okay, so today we are going to talk about your road to success, because there are things that are going to wait for you on your road to success. There are things that you should expect. There are also opportunities, but also can be obstacles. So I would like to discuss with you about the promise of the journey, because when we come to Herbalife, everybody has the starting point. We all come to the starting line. We come differently. We come to the same line of the start. We come differently to this starting line because some of us are privileged to be more equipped with some skills, personality traits, or even education than the others. And for some of us, it's meaning that we need to complete some of our knowledge and experiences to be better aligned for success. But on the long term, because many times people think in the beginning, oh, I'm disadvantaged in certain point. No, I want to tell you something. In the long term, it makes no difference how you start. Because through time and through your work and through your efforts, you can overcome any limitations and you can multiply any of your riches. And I want for us to become present to what is the promise of the journey, because it's a journey ahead. We are going to be starting a journey, continuing a journey, and I want all of you to understand what we are doing here. What is the most important thing is that we are learning how to access the best physical and energy levels for ourselves and our family. Now, they say that the health is not important only until you have it. But the minute you lose your health, nothing is more important. The minute you are sick, nothing is more important. You don't care about the money, you don't care about the career, you don't care about anything. You want to be healthy, you need to be healthy. We are not talking about being healthy, because the opportunity and the promise of the journey is the opportunity to access our best physical and energy levels, not only for ourselves, but also for our families. The way, and we are going to talk about this, the way we are passing it forward is extremely important, because we are the message. We are the product of the product. Do you really follow the good nutrition advices? Are you feeding your body the good nutrition? Are you taking regularly the supplements. I'm taking every day the supplements, all the Herbalife supplements, plus a lot of supplements that are not in Herbalife, because I study and I understand what is contributing to the longevity, what is contributing to energy, what is contributing to health, okay? Hydration. Are you hydrating yourself every single day? You know, actually, it's very hard to drink 2 liters if you don't monitor it. And it's such an easy habit, but sometimes we are just not paying attention to it. So, physical activity. Are you paying attention to the physical activity? Are you active? Are you moving? Do you love the movement? Because this is something you are going to teach. This is something you are going to broadcast in your circle of influence. And you think this is happening only in the first month? No. Who of you have family members that didn't start on the product yet? They didn't start yet on the product. Who has family members who are not Herbalife customers yet? Who told you, no, I don't want your products? I want to see the show of hands. You want to tell me that the rest of you have absolutely every member of your family and extended family as customers? No. So who of you have people who said, I don't want your products? Okay. Maybe 2 years, maybe 5 years ago, maybe 10 years ago. But you need to know they keep looking at you. They keep looking at you. They keep seeing if you are keeping your promise and if you are living the life you promised to teach them. What type of food you eat is very important. And it's especially important in front of your organization. It's especially important on public meetings. It's especially important when you meet with your family. You know, so of course each of us has some favorite food. Each of us have sometimes want, especially Indonesian food is a very good food, you know. But then you need to understand that actually through your behavior, you represent an example of behavior, an example of knowledge, an example of what you preach. And we were laughing with my friend Farhan the other day, because somebody was having a picture talking about he's very fond of wellness, but in front of him was 2 bottles of beer and 3 big hamburgers, you know, and we were laughing, you know, how can you say that you are adept of wellness, but this is what you show, you know? And I would say that sometimes if you really want to do something which is not very healthy, do it alone, do it in your house, give yourself this pleasure. But we need to be conscious of the fact that our behavior speaks loudly than our words. And our behavior as health coaches is very important. We are becoming our family coaches. You know, every time I'm seeing obese children, I know that this is not the problem of the children. This is the problem of the mothers. This is the problem of the families. And sometimes your children are going to hate you for that. I remember, so I have a principles. I don't drink and I don't judge anybody. Everybody has his own preferences. I have my food weaknesses, you know. But I don't drink Coca-Cola. I don't drink carbonated drinks. For some reasons, I have a problem with that 100%. And I told to my girls, I said, listen, I don't know what you do when you are not at home. When you are by yourself and with your friends, you can do whatever you want. But I know for sure that in my house, I'm not going to buy this. I'm not going to buy you the bad drinks. At some point, my older daughter, she was like 12 or 13 years, she told me, when I will become 18 years of age, I'm going to go to McDonald's and I'm going to buy myself 20 hamburgers and 20 packages of fries and I'm going to eat them. And I was telling you, this is what you do. When you are going to be 18, this is what you are going to do. But as long as you are in my house, you are going to eat the food which I give to you. And sometimes this is very hard, you know, for the children to understand. But when they were a little bit older, like 16, 17, they were saying that we are the only people who eat veggies. From all their circle of influence and friends, they were the only people, the only children who were eating vegetables. The rest were eating only fast food and junk food. Today, these are girls that know how to cook healthy. They will know how to take care of their families. They will know how to take care of their children. And they are leaders in their community in whatever it means to have a healthy lifestyle. So what we do with our children, yes, you can clap for that. Whatever you do, you become your family coaches. My conversation with my parents is very strict. I said I have a great respect for my parents, you know, we owe them forever. But I told them this right now, of course, I'm taking care of them and helping them in many ways. I say, the only thing I need from you, I need you to religiously eat the products, consume the products. Because your only job now is to stay as healthy as possible, as long as possible. As part of my family, you as elderly parents, being healthy, help me to do what I have to do. Because if you are getting sick, I need to interrupt anything and I need to take care of you. So my parents religiously eat products every single day as a part of their job of being healthy. And only when we have the knowledge, only when we have the products, only when we have the tools, we can provide this thing for our family. If you look at our family dinners or our holiday dinners, we have all healthy food. We don't cook traditional, some of the important traditional Romanian dishes just because they are very unhealthy. So we will always do a healthy version of a traditional food, or we will just have healthy foods. And this is how we translate it to our friends and family. Whoever comes to my home, they know that I'm not cooking breakfasts. If you come to my home, even if you are not a Herbalife customer, you're going to have shakes in the morning or you're going to stay hungry. And it's not a question of me not being a good host. It's a standard that I set for myself, for my family, and everybody who is coming into my home. You don't like eating a healthy shake in the morning? Okay, you can choose not to visit me. But I'm not going to cook an alternative breakfast for you because the tradition of my home is like that. I don't tell you that you need to do like that, but I just want to show you that actually we as distributors are responsible for what is happening in our family, and we can make a huge difference in that. One of the important things, when is somebody in the beginning, and this is a very good message for your new distributors, but I will tell something to you. This is a very good message for everybody right now who wants to have a kick in their business, is the changes in the way you look. Because you need to always ask yourself, how do I present myself? And you know, we talk very much about today, and by the way, the Gen Z in the audience, the Gen Z. We say, oh, today we cannot be in the suit and the tie. Today is a completely different dress code. I agree with you. Today is a different dress code. But being smartly dressed is always making a difference. Because you have only a fraction of a second to make an impression. And when you meet with a new customer, even if you have casual, but you have your very beautiful national clothes, but then you can be in national clothes really nicely dressed or not nicely dressed, correct? So imagine yourself that you want to tell with somebody about the club, and you tell him, come, because I will teach you how to be healthier, how to be more beautiful, how to be in a better shape. But you are looking clumsy. You are not nicely dressed. You don't have the attributes of a successful or a nicely dressed person. I am telling you, whether you are 19 years old or 90 years old, this is making a difference. And for the new distributors, And especially for those of you who are new Vol teams, because here we have the people who made 2,500 volume points in the last 4 months or 6 months, and maybe you are the first time qualified at the Vol team level. Please check this out. Did you also progressed in the way you look? Because imagine, people know you overweight without any type of energy, maybe a little bit sick, and then you go to them, they tell you, no, I don't want your product because I don't believe in you. But 5 months later, they accidentally meet you. You didn't only lost weight, you look nice. You take care of your face. You take care of your accessories. Your clothes are not wide and bad, but are looking really nicely. And then this person is meeting you, they're shocked. Because something as simple as taking care how you look like makes such a big difference, especially a little bit longer in the day. Now, I don't know exactly the specific clues in your culture. What does it show that you are properly dressed? But you know them, okay? So let's commit after this meeting that everybody is doing a breakthrough. It's raising a little bit the standard about how we look. So in a very short period of time, people will look, I don't know what to think. Something changed, and something changed for good. Some of them will start on the product or in the business because they are envious. They also want like you. Some of them will do that because they are more inspired, but you will have an impact no matter what. So dress appropriately for every occasion, and even if you go to the club, and if you go to 6 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning in the club, make a habit to always look smart. You don't need to wear expensive stuff, but you need to be dressed appropriately, and people can see your figure moving around, always composed, always nicely dressed, with nice looking skin, nice looking clothes, nice looking hair when it's appropriate. And this is going to be a big difference. Visible changes you can make very quickly. You know, visible changes. Of course, this is more appropriate for European culture. I couldn't find the pictures for your culture, but you understand the message, yes? Because some of us are looking like we have been sleeping on our head for the last 3 months, you know? And maybe we need to a little bit arrange our hair, and this sometimes can have a big impact, fast, by the way. Okay. Another thing is digital and social media cleanup. In our days, the social media is a documentary, is a live, real-time documentary of our lives. Some of you just started in the Herbalife business, and maybe you have a history before Herbalife. Do a cleanup of your digital history. If what you were doing before is not consistent with what you are promoting now, take those pictures out. Because if you promote the healthy lifestyle, but on your Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, 10 months ago you have different pictures, then those are not going to help you promote and project an image. It's important that you have a proper name. When you have an account in Facebook or in Instagram, do your proper name or the name of your club so people can recognize, you can build your brand. It's extremely important to have only pictures that represent you. And I was always teaching my girls, I was saying, listen, the problem with the internet is that you do something many years ago, and now you cannot erase that. It lives forever. So make sure you never post on your accounts pictures that you will be ashamed of 5 years from now. And they listen to that advice, and you know what, right now, anybody who wants to interview you for a job, they have special people who are looking in your social media. They want to see how you party, They want to see how you behave. They want to see how you interact. And you have a digital print in your social media. So right now it's very good to clean up everything that's old and inconsistent with your message. And whatever you post now, you post things that are helping you advance your message, because you have a message. I am somebody who can help you feel better, look better, and be more successful. How to have fast changes. Now this is a very important thing. And I cannot emphasize enough on how important this is in our industry. And I think this is one of the biggest opportunities we have in this life, because we have the possibility to transform ourselves fast. And we can do it through our nutrition, and already in 90 days we can have a big difference in the way we look. We can do it through our image. One visit to the beautician and one visit to change our clothes can change a lot of things. When I started this business, I didn't have money, guys. My parents had a little bit of money, but this was their money. But I know how to sew. You know what it means to sew? I know how to sew. And I was sewing myself the clothes. And I had only 2 skirts, and I had 2 blouses. I had one pink blouse and one white blouse, which was gifted by my mother. And I would wash my blouse in the evening and ironed it in the morning, but every day I was looking like $1 million. I didn't have a lot of clothes, but nobody knew my wardrobe. I was making sure every day I'm looking properly and seriously. So your image, your clothes, but we need to change our brain. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that. And we need to change our skills. And about skills, I'm going to have tomorrow special training, because in the end of this training, I want you to have a checklist with all the skills you need to build and to learn if you really want to succeed and advance in this business. Okay, so I said that one of the most important things that we need to change is our mindset, is the way we think. And I'm a psychologist, Psychology was always, for me, my passion. And I was always interested in human behavior. I was interested to understand why people behave in one way or another. Why people sometimes are doing stupid things. Or what helps somebody when the odds are so little to actually be a winner. And one of the things that we need to understand is we all come into Herbalife with some mental patterns. These are preset programs and beliefs which 100% influence how we behave and what we think. And it's a very important thing, because your programs and your beliefs are going to determine the way you think. And I give you an example. If your belief is, I'm too stupid to have, or I'm not educated enough to have success, do you think this is going to influence your thoughts or not? Yes. Your thoughts lead to feelings. If you think that you are not educated enough and you cannot have success, your feelings will be of fear, of doubt. You will shrink inside. Your thoughts create actions. So when next time you need to act and to do something, you will hesitate. You will procrastinate. You will not have the courage. And when you don't act, you don't have the results. So your beliefs are extremely important. And we live on a daily basis based on them. Then who is influencing our beliefs? Parents. This is they are the biggest formators of our beliefs. School, religion, culture, society, they are all implementing our programs. And I want to give you an example. One of the programs that have been implementing in my education by my father, it was this one. I cannot does not exist. Only I don't want exist. So he was telling me that every time when I'm saying I cannot do something, is actually I don't want to do something. So can you imagine what a good belief this is to actually being perseverant in life, you know? But some of us receive other belief. You are not capable to do anything because, and you fill the blanks. A lot of you know that because we have so much of this from our family. For example, in Romania, in our culture, we have a belief. I don't know how it's in Indonesia. It's so interesting so many times to compare that. Is that money is bad. Do you have this belief in Indonesia? That money are dangerous. Money is bad. To want to have money is bad. Can you imagine how difficult this is to overcome if somebody has a strong belief? We have a saying in Romania which is following. I hope I don't offend anybody. They say the money is the eye of a devil. We have a saying like this in Romanian. Can you understand how much this type of a belief is an obstacle when you want to be successful? You understand? So we need to understand that we carry all of this. You cannot. You are not capable enough. You are not smart enough. You are a woman. You are a man. You're too young. You're too old. You're not educated enough. You know, all of these beliefs, how limiting they can be for ourselves. But what it's important to understand that when we are little, we don't have a choice. We are like computers copying what our parents tell to us. Thank you so much. But when we are adults, we can. And what I say, transforming our mind is actually seeing these limiting beliefs and working with them. One of a big limiting belief which can stand in your way of operating, in your success here in Indonesia, is, and this is what I got from talking with the people from corporate team. They told me Indonesians take no as an answer. If somebody is telling you no, you stop. In sales, this is impossible. In sales, you need to learn how to go the next step after somebody is telling you no. This is helping, this is learning how to handle objections. And one of the ways to handle an objection is that somebody is telling you no, I cannot start the products now, I don't start the products. You ask them, not start the products now or not start the products ever? This is one of the ways to handle the things, and then you can expand from there. So one of the things which are important for you culturally to learn, that it's actually okay if somebody is telling you no, to ask some extra questions, not to contradict the person you talk with and become rude, because maybe this is rude in your culture, yes? But to learn to ask extra questions, and what are these questions for your mentality, for your culture? This is something that you can educate, because if being shy, it's a natural quality or it's a natural trait in your culture, then learning how to be assertive, this is something which can grow your skills, something which can help you very much in the way to your success. Because when we grow up and we learn what are the good programs and bad programs, we can choose what we think and we can implement new programs. I had one of the programs I am telling you, when I came in Herbalife, is that if you are a serious person, you need to behave in a certain way. I was preparing to become a university professor, and that was meaning that I was to be serious, you know, and never smile. For me, it was so difficult in the beginning. I had to learn how to be a bit crazy in Herbalife. So I can do whatever I want, and I can smile, and I can dance, and I can jump, and I can shout, "Hello, Indonesia!" And I still can feel serious doing that, you know? So all of this is so important because we need to have energy if we want to promote our business. We need to create energy. And if you behave like this, we can never create energy, you know? So these beliefs, we can understand what beliefs are serving us, and we can understand what beliefs are not serving us. And can you imagine how powerful is this? That we have the power and we have the plan to change our thinking. And a very good example to change our thinking are the teachings of Gibran and the teachings of Mark Hughes, because he's teaching us how to think, how to streamline our thinking for success. This is so important to understand what is not helping us and to implement new programs. Now, another thing which is also seriously can stay in our road for success is the absence of professional knowledge. But that's normal. You come here, you don't know anything about nutrition, you don't know anything about Herbalife products, you don't understand multi-level marketing, you need to learn about leadership, you need to learn about marketing plan, you need to learn about coaching, you need to learn your flow, you need to learn sales. There is a lot of things that we need to learn. And that's one of the stages we go through in Herbalife. Also, we need to understand that these are the challenges our distributors are facing. This is why it's so important to be dedicated to teaching our distributors, to train our distributors, because they are going to go through the same stages. Another obstacle for us is non-entrepreneur mentality. Now I have a question. Would you say that people in Indonesia are entrepreneurial or not? No entrepreneurial. Romanians are non-entrepreneurial. We don't have an entrepreneurial mentality. But if you take, for example, Turkey, everybody is entrepreneur in Turkey. For them, it's so natural to have entrepreneurial mentality. You know, that everybody is having a business, everybody is selling something, everybody is bargaining. So this is something which is very easy. So in the cultures that are not entrepreneurial mentality, this is really an obstacle. Low responsibility. You know, we have learned that you need to watch your place and you don't manifest initiative, yes or no? But when you are an entrepreneur, you need to manifest initiative because this is your business. And entrepreneurs mean do something. So it's extremely important for us to learn initiative. We don't have good income or self-managing skills. How many of you had an agenda, a diary before you came to Herbalife? How many? Honestly, except for somebody who was a manager in the company. You know, maybe one or two people, but nobody is you know, because you had, okay, so one person. When we come to Herbalife, our diary is a piece of paper where we write what we need to buy in the market, yes? The biggest things what we need, we plan is actually some things to do for today. But then you need to learn how to plan, how to have goals, how to make a weekly plan, a monthly plan, a yearly plan. And these are the skills that you have to learn. And when you don't have these skills, it's difficult. Or for example, bad income skills. A lot of us are used to spend everything we have. We have a salary, we receive the salary, we make sure we spend everything until the 15th day of the month, you know, 2 weeks before we take the next salary. But when you are an entrepreneur, you need to learn not to spend money. You need to learn to invest money, like you invested money in this training, and a big, big, big clap for everybody for being present here in this training. Because you have made a smart investment with your money. Instead of spending it on something unuseful, you're spending it on expanding your vision and developing your brain. Okay, another thing is easy distraction. Easy distraction. Who has a problem with procrastination? Everybody has a problem with procrastination, even me. It's just that we learn how to deal with it. We learn how to fight with it. We learn how to combat it. And some of the rules is about how much exposure you have in social media. This is one of the rules. You need to limit the exposure in social media, especially for the young people, because hours and hours a day will go just mindlessly scrolling without doing the things. Now, for other people, friends are a distraction. For other people, family is a distraction. And you need to learn how to stand up to this, and this is developing your character, and this is developing your assertiveness and chasing your dream. A big one is average goals, attitude, and vision. I want to invite you in this company to start dreaming. I want to invite you to have bigger goals, and we are going to talk about this tomorrow afternoon a little bit more. But I want to be able to change, and I don't want to say, okay, today you are in the beginning and you need to dream to make $1 million. Some of you would, I did. But just a little bit bigger goals. What if I can help my husband with the expenses? What if I can buy for my children something good? I don't know, a computer or better clothes, or bring them to swimming lessons, or bring them to foreign languages lessons, or whatever it's valuable for you. You know, try to have a little bit bigger goals, because bigger goals will invite bigger action. If you have small goals or not goals at all, there is no reason for you to move. One of the way in which you are moving, in which you are increasing your actions, and in a business, action is everything, is having bigger goals, wanting to achieve more than you have now, and daring to dream. Sometimes people say, oh, actually you can live with very little. Yes, that's sure, you can live with very little, but you live much better with more. And you can live much better. And this is, for some of you, this is such a foreign notion, but you can actually learn about it. Different personality type. Some is really energetic. Some is very shy and reserved. Okay, we need to bring ourselves to that right temperature, which is going to be beneficial for us when we work with our customers and distributors. So it's a lot of things to do. We have these opposing forces. I was talking about this in the morning, between the comfort and the habits, you know, and success. Because, you know, they say that success is in opposite direction of the comfort zone. And you are going to experience comfort zone all the time, because comfort zone is exactly where you are supposed to be. Now again, psychology, again, science, I'm bringing back. Our brain was trained to keep us in the cave, because if we got outside of the cave, we will meet the tiger, we will meet the danger. So for us to be in the comfort zone is natural. It's not that you usually are not in the comfort zone and then an accident, you are in the comfort zone. No, it's exactly the other way around. You are always in the comfort zone, and every single morning you need to take yourself out of the comfort zone. Every single morning we are taking ourselves out of the comfort zone. As a mother, maybe you want to sleep in the morning because you are tired. No, you need to get outside the comfort zone to cook for your family, to provide for your husband and children. Yes or no? As a man, in the morning, maybe you are tired, but every morning you need to get outside of the comfort zone because you need to provide for your wife and your children. So this is always a battle, and you don't expect that it's going to be easy. But what is helping you get outside of comfort zone is your goals, your visions, and your desire to succeed. Another thing which you need to understand, and that's, by the way, a message for everybody who was yesterday on the training, there is always a gap between action and the results. You will start doing what we learned yesterday, but the results will come in 6 months maybe, 3 months, 6 months. Also with everybody here, 90-day plan. You start 90-day plan for 60 days, nothing is happening. Most of us are terminating the 90-day plans after day 2. Today I start 90-day plan, tomorrow I finish it. But you need to act at least 60 days, 70 days until you will start seeing consistent result, because it's always a distance between your actions and your results, and you need to train your character, you need to train your attitude to resist until the results achieve. You know, we have been millionaire team for 9 years. It took us 9 years to become president team. And every single day, we kept doing what we knew we need to do because we were having patience, waiting for the result to come. And this is what is making a huge difference, to understand that it's going to take time until you will have the result that you want. This is why it's so important to go back to the training system. This is so important. You want to make the picture? Okay, this is it. Okay. This is why it's so important to be connected to the training system, because this is where you learn what to do and how to do and to grow your skills. And it's important for you to follow the plan. Now, in the next period of time, the leaders in your country are going to do changes, are going to implement more precision on the flow. They are going to tell you, listen guys, now we are going to start things a little bit differently. Follow them, give them credit, give them your trust, and help them together to bring your country to the next level. So, when we talk about laziness, procrastination, when we talk about comfort zone, this is where the promotions and qualifications are so important. Because the qualifications and promotions are the powerful powerful tool to trick your brain. The promotions and qualifications always give you a short-term reason comparable to your long-term reason. This is why, for example, one of the habits me and Sergio always had, for us, it doesn't matter what is the promotion. We are in. Doesn't matter. We are in. Why? Because this is our standard. Our standard, we take every promotion. Because our belief is, if the company is giving, it's a sin not to take it. Because when somebody is giving you something and you refuse, that's meaning that you are not grateful, and in the end of the day you are going to lose. So this is our attitude when it's coming to promotions. There is a promotion. I don't care what is the promotion. I am in. Because I know this promotion is going to help me stay focused. When we were in the beginning of our career and it was the vacation promotion, and who is long in the company, you remember there was this video, vacation, vacation, feel the relaxation, the ocean, promotion, don't forget your lotion. Okay, I was playing this video every morning. I was playing this video every morning because the qualification, guys, was 120,000 volume points in a year. 120,000 volume points in a year, 10,000 on average every month. And I really needed to keep my motivation high. So, but if you produce 120,000 volume points a year, can you imagine how many customers, how many distributors, how many supervisors? You're really building it. So the promotion is extremely important. You look at the promotion, you feel it's too high for you, doesn't matter, you're in. You're in doing it or try or die trying, you know, like they say. Even if you will do only half of it, it's going to be more than you will naturally do. So aim every time for the promotion because it combats laziness, give you goal and motivation. You cannot trust your trained brain to do nothing. Your brain is well trained to do nothing, so you cannot trust it. We need to trick it. Okay. Always ask, what is the next training? What is the next qualification? And I want to ask you, what is the next training? What is the next training in Indonesia? Do you know it? Do you know the qualifications? Are you going to be in the general audience or the VIP? How can you be in the general audience when you have the VIP? You know, there should be no general audience. Everybody should be in the VIP. Because this is making the whole difference. And we train our brains all the time. Through books, through podcasts, through courses, all the time we are actively training our brain. This is extremely important. This is why tomorrow we are going to talk about skills, about training our skills. And I want you to have this background in today's training. Yes, and I'm finishing here in a couple of minutes. I want you to train to have this frame and reference of why it's important to train, because tomorrow we are going to talk more about technical issues, yes? And I want you to be able to follow me and to be attentive. And this is something we develop throughout the time. You know, right now, I think I can sit through an 8-hour training, never falling asleep, if I'm interested. I am sitting through a long hours of training, focusing, because I need the knowledge, I need the details, and I know that this is going to serve me. So I want you tomorrow to prepare a lot of tea, you know, so we will expand. Now you need to understand one thing. Why are you in this business? What are you for? What are you for here? For freedom, for money, for helping others, for financial independence, for extra income. Now you need to understand a lot of people, and this is a mistake a lot of people are doing. They say, I'm here for freedom. But this is a mistake. Because when you have your business, you are not more free than somebody that doesn't have a business. You are busier. You start a business because you want options. Money gives you options. And then through options, you can have more freedom. Because you have a freedom to choose between an expensive car and a cheap car, because you have the money. So don't look to have more hours free, because more hours free are not coming with the business. You will have more things to do. You will maybe work 10, 12 hours a day, especially if you have a big project. But ask yourself, how can you make your life better? And how can you bring more options to your family through the money you are going to receive? This is an interesting conversation also, the part-time or a full-time. And you know, when it's coming to full-time people, there are full-time people and there are fake full-time people. Fake full-time people is the people who are full-time in Herbalife doing nothing. Do you know people like this? Guys, if you are full-time in Herbalife, you need to be full-time in Herbalife, not fake full-time. Because if you are full-time in Herbalife in terms of, I don't do anything else, But I also don't do anything in Herbalife. This is not help you. Better go and get a job. Better go and get a job. You will get more use of that. Because full time is meaning that you clock in at least 8 hours of Herbalife business. 8 hours, guys. 8 hours of Herbalife business, meaning 8 hours calling people, doing advertising, doing sales, working with the customers, training your group. But if you really seriously look in, a lot of you are full time and maybe you barely clock 1 hour a day of doing business. You are cleaning the kitchen, you are cooking, you are doing the dishes, you are going into the office and doing nothing, you know. You just take the tea for a walk. From this table to another table. What are you doing? I am walking with my tea. This is my tea. I'm busy. I'm taking this from this table. Oh, I'm putting it here. Hard work. Hard work. Okay. Wait a minute. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ooh. Oh. Walking with your tea in the office is not hard work, guys. Walking with the tea in your office is just losing your time. So please don't be fake full-time. Be real full-time people. And here is coming the part-time people. Part-time is not part-time commitment. Part-time is double commitment. Because you give your best hours to a job from 9 to 5. You come to this business after 5 maybe, yeah? When you're already tired, then you already have been hit by your boss, then you already are disappointed, and you want in the rest of the hours to overcome everything you do in your job. So you have a job and you have what is average salary in Indonesia? $300 a month? $500 a month? How much? 300? 2 to 300. Okay, when I started the business, the average salary in my country was $15, 1-5. $15 was the average salary in my country when I started to do Herbalife. Okay, so $200, you work full months for $300, 20 days, 8 hours, yes? And when you come to Herbalife, and in the less productive hours in the evening, which are left for you, you want to make $500. Can you imagine what type of commitment you need to have in these 3 hours every day? Because a lot of people are saying, what did you do today? Oh, I'm part-time, I didn't do anything. Part-time doesn't mean that you need to do anything. Part-time is meaning that you do double in the hours that are remaining for you. That's meaning that you are not watching TV, soap operas. Do you have soap operas here? The soap operas kaput. No more soap operas. You don't know who fell in love with whom, who betrayed whom. You have no idea who disappointed whom. Yeah, because your life is filled with customers and distributors. You know how many centimeters who lost. You know how many water drink today, you know. You have a different type of knowledge. No more, you know, I don't watch TV. I can watch a movie, but I never watch TV because I don't watch news and everything. When we were really seriously building our business, we had my auntie living with us, helping with the children. And at some point because she's a very shy person, and she came to me and she asked me like, Rodica, do you think that we can buy a TV subscription? I said, what do you mean? I want to watch TV from time to time. I said, we don't have a TV subscription? And she said, no. Since when we don't have since when we moved to this house? It was like 1 year ago. So for 1 year, poor lady, she didn't tell us about that. But I didn't have the TV subscription, and I didn't even know because I didn't have time to watch TV. So if you are part-time, you have double commitment, and Saturday and Sunday you work. Because you want in the left hours to have more money than you have in your salary. So then you can step outside your job and be real, not fake full-time in Herbalife. You understand? So part-time is not an excuse, but part-time is a bigger commitment. Every new customer and every new distributor is a new project for you. Treat them as a new project. You don't sell the products. You sell the solution they are looking for. I don't sell you Formula 1, Formula 2, whatever else product. I sell you better shape, more energy, better looking skin. You want this, this is what you have. The same with the distributors. I don't sell the opportunity. I find out what they need in their life, what they are looking for, and I explain them how this opportunity is helping them to obtain what they want. It's very important to talk to people about their needs. Always build connections and relationships, and not only with the customers, but also with your sidelines, with your upline, with your downlines. Build good relationships, because relationships and communication are extremely important. Take care of every person. What is your distributor difference? Tomorrow we are going to talk about the future of Herbalife. And you will see that the future of multi-level marketing is customer-centric business models. We need to take care of each customer. We need to take care that each distributor is taking care of its customers. This is extremely important. What does it take to become a leader in Herbalife? This is a very often question I receive. You need to understand that even if you are an incredible person, your royalties will tell you what type of leader you are. And if you don't build an organization, you cannot build your leadership skills. This is why it's important to understand what are your needs, values, and goals. What is important for you? What do you want to achieve in this life altogether? I am here to invite you to dream a little bit, not what you want in this business, but what you want in this life. And I invite you to understand, whatever you want in this life, you can have through this business. It's important to do the right commitment, to resist to distraction. It's important to organize your life and family. A lot of you are here women, and you have husbands, and you have children. Maybe it's a time to talk to the family and say, guys, I started Herbalife because I love you so much. My dear husband, you work so much every day. You don't see the sun because you want to help the family. Let me help you ease the burden. Let me help you bring a little bit more money for the family, so it's going to be easier for you. So I can take you to a vacation 1 year later because you haven't been in vacation the last 10 years. Talk to your children. Why are you doing this business? Ask them to help, to support, because many times the husbands and the children, they see that your attention is elsewhere, and they are afraid that you don't love them anymore. Explain them what everything you do for the love of a family. And ask your family to help organize, to clean the dishes, to wash the dishes, to wash the clothes, to clean the house, to give you more time so you can help for the dreams of your family. And also it means responsibility, because we are responsible for our customers and for our distributors. Work on your communication skills. I don't know culturally how Indonesian people communicate. I can only see that you are God believers. I can only see that you are very warm people. I can only see that you are very hospitable people, yes? But the communication is communication. We need to always work on our communication skills. Read books about communications. Take the best existing practices in your country culture and work on your communication skills. Because if we are good communicators, we can go a long way. We are going to have conflicts in our organizations. We are going to have rivalries in our organizations. We need to be able to solve them. Create and maintain a positive environment. Never give up on your dreams and always lead by example. These are a couple of important mindset things that I wanted to share with you guys. Who got at least one idea from this training? A better understanding. Okay, take it into your business, take it into your life. Sometimes we are waiting for a revolution, but one idea, one concept, if we take from one of the speakers and put it in practice, can go a long way. Thank you very much for the opportunity to share my story, my journey, and my experience with you, and see you tomorrow.
Oke.
Wow.
Luar biasa
Thank you
Bu
very
Desti. Thank you very
much.
much.
Thank you. Yeah, before we wrap up our training today, yeah, just a few reminders for tomorrow, before tomorrow. Yeah, because this training is especially for world team and above. So everything that you take the notes is actually to remind you yourself, especially you as a world team, to qualify yourself. World team 1% bonus, and for all the tap team here, take the opportunity to recall, and production bonus for some of you, and for most of you, qualify your tap team challenge. Yes, tap team challenge is still going on. We still have November and December to fight for your tap team challenge, the level best, to the level 4, level 3, and as to move up your next levels. So yes, for tomorrow, let's see the slides. Yeah. So tomorrow is the time we start at 10 a.m. up to 1 p.m. Still, we have 3 hour session. The topic will be lead with purpose, and the second topic will design your future. Of course, it's open to all the world team and above, and love interpretation is available. So yeah,